What do you mean by scientific?
日本語でいいです。そんなにバカにしなくても大丈夫。
Here goes the gaijin Jamaican YouTuber talking about how a foreign reporter from Japan Times clapped back to the Japanese Minister of Foreign Affairs. Here goes the gaijin Jamaican YouTuber. Ikimashou! People, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are, whatever time you're watching this video. Please tune in because I have the time today. Yes, I have the time today to address this issue. I saw this video circulating on Twitter and some comments underneath it wondering, hey, what's going on here? And I could not do a video on, although I was trying not to, but someone said, do it. No, I want people who are coming on the video to say, oh, if you don't like something, why don't you go back to your home country? Why don't you leave? Or if you're not happy with something, why don't you leave? To just sit this one out? Just leave your thumbs down and comment and go sis, go bro, go fam, or go as whatever you identify as, because I'm not here for it. I'm here to show you I'm here to present evidence of, things that happen typically here in Japan that are not really spoken about, or persons who don't live here tend not to believe, but I don't care, or do I? In another episode of the polite and caring and ever thoughtful Japanese trying to accommodate a foreigner took place at a press conference with the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and it had to do with a correspondent that works with the Japan Times, who happens to be a foreigner, who also happens to be a woman. So, as an old Japanese male in society, a member of parliament, a member of the government here, you're going to accommodate this foreign journalist because you're a caring and accommodating set of people. When it was the journalist's turn to ask her question, which she was asking in fluent Japanese, the foreign minister showed his polite and caring and understanding self by cutting her off and asking her in English what she meant by what she was saying in a very, accommodating way. How wonderful and thoughtful of him to respond in English, because everybody who is a foreigner in Japan must speak English, and English must be their first language because it's from the outside and it's foreign, so English is the way to go. Like, why would she even try to ask your question in Japanese when there is the international language of English? Who do that? I don't get it. The international language of communication and business and diplomacy is English, so obviously I'm a foreigner in Japan, so therefore I must speak English and ask you a question in English in a conference in Japan with the Japanese minister. So this situation is actually very typical of the interactions between Japanese and persons who are foreigners who happen to speak Japanese, and not only speak Japanese, but speak it fluently and with a high proficiency. However, she decided to respond in a way that made that man think that he chose the wrong one to mess with, the wrong one to be condescending towards, the wrong one to choose to be accommodating to, the wrong one to try to be microaggressive to, the wrong one to be passive aggressive to, the wrong one, not just the wrong one, full stop, end, period. No, do it. Why would you do something like that? But anyways, yeah.
What do you mean by scientific?
日本語でいいです。そんなにバカにしなくても大丈夫です。
バカにしてないです。
She said, don't treat me like a fool. Fam, I am dead. D-E-D, not D-A-D. I am D-E-D. I died. Dead. Fully. When I saw the response. And the man was so taken aback. He said, I didn't treat you like a fool. I didn't treat you like a fool. So there's several things to unpack here, right? First, homeboy must have been so shook that he was addressed like that in Japanese, in fluent Japanese, by a foreigner, by a foreign woman. Oh snap! Oh my tempura done! She didn't just diss the Minister of Foreign Affairs in fluent Japanese, fluent Nihongo. Why am I stressing the foreign and the gender? Why am I stressing this? You see, for the persons who live in Japan, if you know, you know. And if you don't live in Japan and don't know, then that's a video for another day, because that's a whole new topic, right? So I did a little digging to check this correspondence bio to see, you know, what she was about and who she was. And apparently, it turns out that, you know, she's obviously a journalist for the Japan Times. And dig this, she's a linguist. Oh dear. Oh dear. So, in essence, this woman knows how to speak Japanese fluently with the intonations, the pronunciations, the nuances, and the context, along with the gestures and mannerisms of a native Japanese person, because that's what linguists do. So therefore, thusly, this man was being Japanese. Me? This man was being rude to her in all sense and purposes. Now, this is the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Of all persons, he should be able or should have the ability to read the room. Like, I don't understand it. Japanese people always talk about reading the room, but when it comes to foreigners and their feelings, them not read nothing. Them not reading a damn thing except, I don't know what they're reading. I mean, the Minister of Foreign Affairs of all the people in government should have a little knowledge in dealing with foreigners and how to communicate with them effectively. You know, I mean, after all, Japanese is the superior race. sorry, I'm just repeating something that a Japanese member of government said. That's the reason why they're not getting a lot of cases of corona, because they're a superior race and their DNA is superior to others. Yeah, all right. So in a sense, this man was embarrassed by whatever ism you want to insert here that he was displaying, the behavior that is. And it was called out by this wonderful woman who didn't back down and said she had the time today to address this microaggression. Why when I speak to you in Japanese, you're responding to me in English? Why? I mean, it's not a big deal for some people, but it's a big deal to some. And I feel that it is kind of and the tone, you see, a lot of it has to do with power and the opinion that foreigners or persons who are half Japanese as well don't have the ability to speak Japanese or the ability to understand Japanese culture because it's so difficult. So there are underlying issues here, and she responded in a way that was quite appropriate. But of course, in the end, he had to have the last word. And if he wasn't being enough of a a-hole, he then asked her at the end of his statement, which he didn't even answer the question properly. That, oh, so you understand Japanese, huh? You understand Japanese, huh? Like, what, my guy? What? Like, why would he even say that? After she fluently asked the question, you then come and after you're giving your roundabout answer, which is the way the Japanese do it, you then say, I know my Japanese is trash, so if I was the one asking a question to him, then he could always go in English and I would say, not fine. I don't understand all the Japanese that sounds there, the kanjis and the whatevers. But yeah, but tell me what you think about this in the comments down below. Did this journalist overreact? Was the Minister of Foreign Affairs or the guy that was representing the Minister of Foreign Affairs at his press conference rude to her? Did he find his response okay? I mean, people have different opinions on things and that's fine. But let's be respectful in the comments. And yeah, see you in the next video. Big as a guy in Jamaican YouTuber. Iki Ma Show.